Hey, this is Rick Caselge, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I'm going to go through a 2-minute fix for hip pain when squatting. And I'll get Donnelly to go through the exercises, and she'll go through the first one, then I'll go through it in detail and show you the other 3 that you need to do to help you if you have hip pain when squatting. Perfect. So that ends up being the first one, which is foam rolling out the quads. So you'll need a full foam roller. This one right here is a 3-foot foam roller. You don't need a 3-foot foam roller. You can get away with a 1-foot foam roller. And you're going to roll that front of the thigh from just below the hip joint down to just above the knee joint, foam rolling out the quads. So we're loosening up the quads and a little bit of the hip flexor, but mainly the quads. Now looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, we're going to go through 1 set. Repetitions, I'm going to start off with 5, but I can progress to 10 repetitions. Time is a smooth, controlled movement up and down that quad, and the intensity ends up being light to medium. You want to feel that you're massaging out that quad, and that massage from the foam roller is helping loosen up that quad. Now moving on to the second exercise to do if you have hip pain from squatting, it's the 90-90 hip flexor stretch. Perfect. So moving back into the starting position, so starting off in like a kneeling position, then you can take a step forward, 4-point into the lunge, nice and upright. Tighten that abdominal area, bring the hips forward, and then we're looking at really stretching out the front of the thigh into the hips. When it comes to this exercise, when it relates to sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets end up being 1, repetitions end up being 2, alternating back and forth, so left side, left side. Time, a good 20-second hold, and the intensity is light. We're looking at lightly stretching that hip flexor and also carry on into the quad, the quad that crosses the knee joint and the hip joint. So that's the second exercise. Moving on to the third exercise. So it's knees side to side. Now I would start off with bending the knees a little bit more. So you're lying on your back, nice and relaxed, hands to the side, relaxing the upper body. Now you're going to drop the knees to one side, like halfway, and then drop the knees to the other side. And we're looking at targeting those rotators of the hip. Now, if you're not feeling very much going through this exercise, we can intensify it by separating the feet, and now you're dropping the knees in, and you're dropping the knees out. And this will end up targeting those hip rotators more. Looking at the sets, rep, time, and intensity for this, sets end up being 1. Repetitions is 5 times each side. Time, smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end position, so about a second. Intensity is light. We're targeting stretching out the rotators of the hip. Now moving on to the fourth and final exercise to do if you have hip pain when squatting. Perfect. You're going through like a bridging movement. So you're starting off so we'll go back to the starting position. You're gonna lie on your back, knees bent, arms to the side, relax in the upper body. You're gonna tighten up the abdominal area. You're gonna push through the heels and lift the seat, and you're looking at being straight in the shoulders, hips, and knees. You're gonna hold that position for a couple seconds and then come back down. So with this one, looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets end up being 1, repetitions end up being 5. Time is a smooth, controlled movement with a really good stop at the top position. So I would say 2 seconds to 3 seconds. The intensity ends up being light to moderate. We're looking at targeting the hamstrings and the glutes. By having strong glutes specifically, that will help you with your hip pain, especially if you have hip pain from squatting. Perfect. So there you go. If you have hip pain from squatting, give those 4 exercises a go. They'll help you overcome your hip pain. Now, if you want some of my other best tips and tricks when it relates to overcoming hip pain, what I recommend you do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Hip Pain and Tightness. Just click right here. Let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, or smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/hips. Let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you got benefit from this video, make sure to like this video. If you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comments section. And lastly, hit subscribe to get future pain relieving videos.